Sean, your journey on the show it generated a lot of discussion, to say the least, a lot of it polarizing. So going into it, how did what happened measure up to your expectations?
I went into it knowing that there would be some reaction, some backlash. It didn't entirely manifest itself in the way that I thought. It was a little earlier than I thought it would come. But I was really pleasantly surprised where it ended up. I have thoroughly enjoyed this entire experience, and it has exceeded my expectations. I've enjoyed getting to know so many people on the show, and I've been blessed by having two amazing partners.
Absolutely. And Jenna, tell us about being able to get a second chance in the competition, joining Sean late in the game.
It was incredible. You know, it was very funny because I woke up 2 weeks ago Tuesday and I was like, oh, I'm done, I'm finished. You know, I got eliminated. And then same week, I got called in to dance with Sean. And so it was great. I love dancing. I love being a teacher. And being Sean's teacher for 2 weeks was really, really fun and awesome. I'm proud of his journey and growth that he had with Lindsay. But I felt like we were like a little trio team working together, and he made it to the quarterfinals.
It looked like a seamless transition to
us. It was.
That's for sure.
100%. And that's what made it so great. They're best friends. They both have an amazing ability to teach, especially somebody like me. And it was, you know, people kept saying, is it going to be challenging having a new partner? And there was not a beat that got missed.
Well, they're called pros for a reason,
right? Well, these guys are a notch above, though. They're very different. And that's, I don't think everybody could have stepped in the way that Jenna did.
The judges didn't hold back their thoughts on technical aspects. I mean, that's what they're there to do.
That's right.
But the fan votes carried you all the way to the top 6. So how did getting that level of support from viewers feel week to week, especially combined with the other side of the conversation?
It is a humbling experience knowing that, you know, on a Monday night with everything else that people have going on, whether it's something personal to them or getting rid of their family or their kids or something like that, they're taking time at 8 o'clock at night to text and to click on a website for a reality show. And to know that that many people did it to override what were low judges' scores really meant a lot.
So we saw you nodding before the judges' decision on Monday night. Were you already in a level of acceptance going in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew. I mean, once that situation presented itself, I knew what the outcome was going to be. And I think the judges made the right call. I mean, especially with someone like Lauren, she worked really hard. She's very good. And I think that the semifinals are where the show is supposed to be. I mean, you've got 5 really, really good people, and now it's really going to come down to, I think, a lot of what people want, which is who is the best dancer there.
Sure. And your final dances were to One Direction and Destiny's Child. Super fun.
It was.
But do we wish we'd say spice up your life maybe for this stage of the game? You came right out the gate with it, but this would have been...
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of the buzz that you're talking about came because of that first night. There's no question that I jumped in the deep end of the show. So, you know what? And like I said, I have no regrets. Not only that, I looked forward to every week. And the only regret I have now is not being able to go on. And not because because it would have been fun to go on, but because I enjoy working with these guys so much that it's going to be difficult to switch out of that phase.
Sure. And going into this, we got a chance to see a side of you that we hadn't really seen before, a really, a look into your personal life.
Yeah.
How much did that opportunity factor into your decision to join the show?
I think looking back, it was a great decision for many of those reasons, but I don't know that I fully appreciated how much the show would give me that opportunity. So it honestly didn't factor that much into the decision. Looking back on it, though, I think it was
bonus.
Yeah.
You told us after week 1 that this was more than getting out of your comfort zone. You were out of your comfort universe.
Yep.
Did that feeling ever go away?
Slowly. I mean, I was never 100% comfortable, and that's one of the things that both Lindsay and Jenna did a really, really good job at, is getting me mentally focused and when we went to perform. So, but I got more comfortable and I got more confident, and those were two things that were very lacking early on in the season.
Yeah. And as a pro, guiding someone who is a dance novice, do you ever feel like you're out of your comfort zone?
No, I think that, our job is to make sure that our contestant is confident and comfortable. And so I think that dancing for us is like riding a bike. It's, it's in our muscle memory. But you want them to feel that same ease, and you want them to enjoy it as much as possible. Obviously, it's terrifying, especially in front of millions of people. Going live is so scary.
Yes.
But I think each week that Sean went on, he grew more comfortable and more confident. And I think especially these last few weeks, Lindsay did a great job of getting him ready for these quarterfinals. And I thought that last night was some of his best dancing yet.
We could see you counting along too, just like the perfect guide. I loved that. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I actually have a habit. I do that with all my partners, so it's not just Sean, but you know,
nice,
it's a level of comfort there.
Well, we were following along, so that was really nice to see. President Trump tweeted support for you last night.
He did.
After the results. Have you been in direct contact with him since the show started, beyond social media, phone calls, texts?
I talked to him last night, and I've talked to him a few times throughout the show.
And what did he have to say?
He was extremely supportive. You know, and we would catch up beyond that, but you know, he just wanted me to make sure that I knew that I had his support, and you know, and his entire family, obviously Don Jr. and everyone else tweeted as well and showed their support. So it was really cool.
So after this, you've written a book, you've done Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Are you going to go back to politics, or what's next?
Well, I have a company that we do a lot of consulting on that front, but I'll leave the governing up to others.
And of course, our condolences to Lindsay and her family, of course. So tell us about how you two bonded just right off the start when you sort of came together these last couple of weeks.
Well, I mean, it was a Saturday afternoon right before the Monday show. And,
so you had 2 days?
Not even really, because Sunday is a full rehearsal. I mean, so you don't, that's not get to know each other time. That is get ready to perform time. And it was, I mean, I can't tell you how lucky and blessed I was, because when Jenna stepped in, it was the definition of seamless, right? She walked in, she and Lindsay have known each other for a lifetime. They think the world of each other. So it wasn't just, you know, getting replaced with someone who kind of knew the dance. It was someone who knew what Lindsay's intention were, could understand, you know, how she had gotten me where I was and pick up right off the bat. And so it was fantastic.
I think everything happens for a reason. Thankfully, the week before Halloween night, we actually were on the same team for the group dances. And so I got to see firsthand and kind of work with Sean a little bit. And I think that also kind of eased the transition of me stepping in. And I had seen how Lindsay had worked with him. I also think Lindsay and I are very similar in the way that we teach and the way that we act. So I think that also may have helped.
So it worked out.
Yeah.
Beautifully.
Yeah. Have you gotten a chance to talk to Lindsay?
Absolutely, yeah. We've been a little team these past few weeks, but she's very, very proud of Sean, and I know that she would want me to say that. So
that's great, and our thoughts are definitely with her and her family at this time. The cast seems to share a special bond every season, but Sean, your relationship with Karamo on and off the scenes was really interesting to watch. So are you a Queer Eye fan?
No. I was. I mean, back in the when the show first came out and Carson Kressley was on and Tom and you know, back in the day I was. I just haven't. I frankly, it's nothing against that. I don't watch a ton of TV. I've got 2 young kids, so it's not a cartoon. But I think what's so special about this show is it's, you know, obviously that relationship got some attention, but every single person on this show, whether it's part of the cast, the crew, or the pros, you really do develop a bond. You're spending so much time with them, your partner, very much so, but then the rest of the folks as well, as you're practicing or you're there on the show day, everyone looks out for each other. And so there isn't a person that I can't say that I haven't enjoyed getting to know, right? And in all in a different way, because sometimes it was for a variety of reasons, the conversations that you would have. But everybody is so supportive of each other. And there were times, I mean, I blew one dress rehearsal like I'd never done before, and James Vanderbeek comes up and he says, okay, pull your stuff together, this is what you need to do. And you know, there were times when Allie Brooke would walk over and just go, you need a hug. And everybody was looking out for each other throughout the season, and that's really, I think, what makes this show so unique and special. So
we're down to the top 5, so now that you guys are out of the running, who are you rooting for to take home the mirrorball?
Listen, I don't have one person in particular. I'm really excited for the semifinals and finals. I think it's a great competition, and I think it's going to be neck and neck. I don't think it's predictable at this point. I think everyone's kind of on the same playing field, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I know them all, so I would not want to root for one, but I agree with what Jenna said. I mean, you look at the quality of their performances last night, this is going to be a tough decision, and I think it's really going to come down to fan votes, because you saw I mean, they were all at that 9, 10 level last night, and the votes aren't going to separate so much. So I think it's going to be up to the viewers this time to pick among a great group of people.
Sure. Well, your time on Dancing with the Stars may be over, but are you done dancing in general? You said you lost 20 pounds.
I know, I have.
Keep it up?
Jenna is continuing to push me forward and talent. So if I can dance with people like this, absolutely.
Before we let you guys go, we're going to do a little fashion flashback of some of your most memorable looks from season 28. I think I would be remiss if we did not start off with the lime green Seinfeld shirts.
Yeah.
The classic.
Where is it? How did this happen?
How did it happen? I think this was one of the. I think this is one of the producers' idea of like, hey, we're gonna get this guy.
Sean, look at your
I know.
belly.
Oh my God.
It's non-existent anymore.
It really is like a before and after.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but the shirt, we auctioned it off for just about $4,000 for 2 veterans organizations, the Independence Fund
that's great.
and the Yellow Ribbon Fund, and that's what made it it made it worth it to know that we were doing this and it was benefiting folks that really have sacrificed for the country.
No, that's wonderful. And we got matching cowboy cowgirl looks as well.
That one I actually...
it's almost Halloween every week.
Yeah,
What's
it is.
So fun about it?
And that one, it was great because I flew home to trick-or-treat with my kids, and I had the costume already built in.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Little bonus. And, of course, the actual Halloween look, Frankenstein, which we talked about. Was it harder to take off because you were just in a really quick costume change?
That's right.
So to get everything off was just insane, right?
I mean, I can't begin to tell you how great the staff is that works there, the people who do the hair and the makeup and the costumes. I mean, that is amazing what they did, that transformation.
Were
I mean,
incredible.
But to answer your question, we had 2 dances that night, and I had 12 minutes between the first one and the second one. And that's
you did
not
Frankenstein first.
Frankenstein first, and that doesn't wipe off. And I mean, it's glued. There's a cap that's
bolts in your neck.
Bolts in your neck. But they have to go in with like alcohol and a thing and get it very meticulously, and you're changing outfits, and then you're supposed to get made up for the next one. And it was the team dance that followed right away, which, you know, to be fair, I was sort of the weaker link of that, and I needed to be mentally prepared to go into that team dance. And someone's drying my hair at the same time that they're getting green out of the corner of my eye. It was hectic.
But you pulled it off.
Thank you.
Yes. And then we have this classic. Is this for waltz? Is this?
That was a Paso Doble.
Paso Doble, yeah.
I can't believe I can actually. I can't either. Holy smokes!
So proud.
Oh God! Don't keep going.
Oh, Lindsay would
that
be
is
so happy right now.
Yeah.
And then you two little sailors,
Yeah.
silhouettes.
I thought
Very
that
fun
was
as well.
That was cute. That
You
was.
guys made a little dynamic duo
Yes,
there for
thank you.
sure. And then super snazzy.
Yeah.
Matching. Is this pink? Is this peach?
That's rose
Blush?
gold.
Blush, yeah, rose gold.
I mean, I was gonna say, the idea that I knew any of the dancing terms, and now I know rose gold.
You have a whole new vocabulary.
I explained to him what rose gold was yesterday while we were.
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to survive when I go back east. You know, if I'm going to figure out a place to get spray tans and everything.